Hello friends, welcome to my channel once more. And this is my second video, I think, regarding English language. And everybody is trying to get help to improve their communication skill by reading, writing, and speaking English. So, if you are going to study any language, the main foundation of the language is a grammar, because grammar is the systematic approach of the language. So you have to start with the grammar. And also for English grammar, as for me, there are some foundational things which you can consider as parts of speech: tense and voice change, narration change, etc. And later I will share step by step. Today I am starting with the parts of speech. And each word of a sentence belongs to the parts of speech. If you say, as an example, I am taking one sentence, then it will be very easy to understand how this parts of speech works, and what type of devotion of parts of speech in the language you can easily understand. There are altogether 8 parts of speech in English language: the noun, pronoun, adjective, verb, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Now, not limited to, because every parts of speech has different characteristics, and also there are several ways to know that parts of speech and understand the parts of speech. The basic idea you will get from this slide. First, I have taken an example, this sentence, that wow, there is a boy Farhan who is really very intelligent and studious child. So this is a complete sentence where we are showing that we are explaining about a boy Farhan. This is you can say, the assertive sentence, and we are explaining the characteristic of a boy. Now, as for the parts of speech, we know the first of all comes noun. What is the noun? Character of the parts of speech. This noun is nominal, means it represents some name. Word from the example, you can see the Farhan. Farhan is a noun, but it's a proper noun because it is representing a name from the human beings. Other examples of noun, like common nouns, you can say the boy, man, any name, these are all indefinite nouns, common nouns. You can use for several persons or several things commonly. Next, it's coming pronoun. Pronoun is such a substitute. It represents the noun. Like here, you can see in this sentence who is a pronoun, because who is representing Farhan. So that who is the substitute for Farhan. Every time telling Farhan, 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 or any name is repeating in a sentence, it will not be very good, or it will not be very, you can say that, very prominent, and also it will boredom you. So, in spite of this, using the same name, nomenclature or nominal, we can use the pronoun. There are so many examples like he, she, they, all are pronouns. Now, adjective. Adjective represents the quality of the noun. Here 2 adjectives are there: gentle and studious. which is showing the quality of the noun Farhan. Other adjectives like good, bad, etc. all are adjectives. Next coming verb. Verb is the action. Anything, any work is called verb. As here no prominent verb is there, we have a very common verb is, am, is, are, all are, these are auxiliary verbs. Why auxiliary? It is not a direct verb, but it is a helping to sentence the completing, and that's why these verbs are called auxiliary verbs. And here is a verb, and any action or work like play, run, sit, all are called verb. Now adverb. Adverb is like a qualitative degree of the adjective or verb. How it is represented? Sometimes, mostly, sometimes it is been qualitative degree of the adjective. Like gentle is an adjective, and here very gentle. It is giving some quality to the adjective, and so very is an adverb. Calmly, fruitfully. Generally, the words with ending with ly all are belongs to adverb. So next one is preposition, explanation of noun. There is a boy. Here this there is doesn't mean that any place. It only explaining. For the explanation, we are taking the help of the word there, and also its position is first, so it's a preposition. A and B, these articles also belongs to the prepositions. Conjunction. Conjunction is a connecting words. Like here, you can, if you split this sentence, then you can easily split this sentence. There is a boy named Farhan. Then there is a boy named Farhan. It's a complete sentence. Another sentence. The Farhan is really a very gentle and studious child. This sentence also can be splitted into two sentences. Farhan is a very gentle boy or child, and another sentence you can say the Farhan is studious child. These two sentences is connected with the and. So and, or, but, this all belongs to conjunction because it is connecting the sentences or words. Now interjection. Interjection is an exclamatory. How exclamatory means whenever we are excited, maybe in extremely joy, maybe in extremely pity, maybe when we are very much sorry, and this time this exclamation is represented by interjections like Elash, hooray, here like a wow. Next slide will come up to noun. The noun is not limited. Especially there are characteristic two type of nouns are there. One common noun, another one proper noun. I already explained you a little bit that proper noun is the represent the name of person, any particular name. The Quran, the Bible, the Gita, whatever you can say, these are all proper noun. Or Farhan, or Jack, Harry, all represent this human name, all are proper nouns. Common noun, I already explained like that boy, man, girl, anything that is you can commonly use for the same type of species or same type of characteristic or same type of condition, same type of consideration. So also this common noun we can split into two type of nouns, common nouns. One is collective, another is abstract. For the collective nouns like mob, police, crowd, this represent a collective numbers. Collective numbers means mob. People say mob. It is not a single person. It must be with a collective persons. Polish, crowd. These all are collective nouns. Abstract nouns, sometimes you can easily see that these works like a noun, but sometimes it belongs to some verb or adjective, like action, laughter, judgment. These are representing work, but these are the abstract noun. The laughter. When you are judging something, that is the verb, judging something. But when you are telling the judgment is the perfect way to clarify any discussion. The judgment here is representing as a noun. So judgment, laughter, it is looking like verb, but these are abstract noun, you can say. State, the childhood. You can say this belongs to adjective sometimes. The childhood, sleepy, teenage. Because the childhood is also showing the quality of or state of the noun. But childhood is a golden time. Childhood is a golden time. This sentence, if you see this sentence, here childhood is the subject of the sentence. So it is just working as a noun. Sleepy. He is sleepy. Whenever you are using in a sentence, he is sleepy, means it is representing his quality or state, right now state. But whenever you are telling like, oh, sleepy is a very bad manner in a meeting. Sleepy represents a very bad manner in a meeting. Here, sleepy is the subject of this sentence and it is working as a noun. Dislike, you can say others' quality. The kindness, witness, goody, bad. These are also represented sometimes as noun, so these are called the abstract noun. Now, this collective noun also can be two types: the countable noun, uncountable noun. The countable noun. What are the countable noun? You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 easily. Anything like pen, book, any materialistic that has a, you can say, the unique shape and it is easy, practically you can count by numbers. Those are the countable noun. And uncountable noun, the practically we can't count in numbers. We have to measure. Whenever you are taking some rice, sugar, garbages, you have to measure 1 kg of the sugar. It's a sugar weight representing, but you don't know how many cubes are there in the sugar. So these all are uncountable noun. And next one, some examples of noun. different type of nouns you can see in this uh, slide, and mostly the like proper noun. I already explained some name, the Victor Hugo, Walt Disney, some mountain name, Mount Kilimanjaro or Mount Everest, ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean. These all are proper nouns. State, California, country, United States, the building, Empire State Building, the renowned building. Like this, like some website, English Grammar Revolution. These all are proper nouns. Collective nouns like ant, caravan. Now see, it's caravan. Caravan is a collective noun, but the camel is a proper noun. It is showing as one species. Then some sort of collective nouns for animals, collective nouns. Now, to represent some collective nouns, sometimes we use some specific words, like some of this explanation whenever we are giving some collective nouns. Like there are lots of cattle. Then that time we should use the herd of cattle. There are so many birds in one place. You are explaining. That time you should use the flock of birds. Bed of oyster, school of fish means it's a cumulative colony of the fish. Litter of kittens, so many kittens. They're there. Army of the ants, because ants are collective noun, and whenever there is, it's always a means making some colony. So pack of wolves. Wolves never comes alone. It always comes cumulatively, and that's a pack of wolves. This, like you can see in this slide. Another things very important comes in the noun, that is gender for the noun. As we all know, there are four genders. There are masculine, feminine, common and neuter. These are mostly used for the proper nouns. Now, the masculine means male. Boy, cock, peacock, tiger. These are represents like masculine. The male species, male version of this proper noun. That's why these are called masculine. Feminine, the female version of the proper noun. You can say woman, girl, hen, tigress. Now, common noun. These are denote the gender free. Whenever you are telling the baby, child, spouse, person, it doesn't showing or doesn't denoting particular gender. So these are common gender. Maybe the male child or female child, the male baby or female baby. Neuter. Neuter is the mostly non-living species like book, pen. And now from the living species only tree can be considered as a neuter gender, because it's a language, it's not a science. So tree is being considered as a non-living species, and here tree also a neuter gender. Example of some exceptional gender change. You can easily mostly like man, woman, we all know. Some exceptional type of gender change, that example I have given in this slide. You can easily go through bachelor, maid or spinster. You can say groom, bride, dog, beach, emperor, empress, nephew, niece, monk, nun, sir, madam, uncle, aunt, stag, hind, prosecutor, prosecutrix, bull, cow, billy goat, nanny goat, fox, vixen, cock, hen. These gender changes add little bit different word, and it will help you to grow your vocabulary also. That's why I have included in the site. Please go through and collect if you want. Next slide, the uncountable nouns prefixes. Whenever the noun is uncountable, that time we use the particular some prefixes. Means whenever there are lots of people gathering in one area, you can say the crowd. We can't say the how many men are gathered, so we can easily describe these things as a many men gathered in that place. And where we use the many and much, here are some indication. Mostly the countable nouns when become the uncountable, means you can count easily, but practically it's very hard to count. That time we should use the many. Like if there are maybe hundreds of buffaloes are going, and you can count them, but it will take time, and it's not a requirement. You can easily explain as many buffaloes are going. And much wherever this uncountable noun like rice and sugars, already I have just explained to you. And another thing, there are some forms that you can easily understand from this slide. Where should we use the much and where should we use the money? And in the interrogative forms we use, that means whenever we are questioning with the countable and uncountable nouns, much with the uncountable noun and many with the countable noun. Like you can see that how much money, bread, water, many, how many students, how many teachers, deaths, this like. Now, in the negative forms, we use much with the uncountable noun, same as. And most of the time, you can see the much we are using as the uncountable noun, and as in case of countable noun, we are using many. In the affirmative forms, in spoken English and informal writing, we tend to use a lot, or lots as a countable and uncountable noun. Example, how many students are there in the classroom? There are a lot. How many students are there in the classroom? And this like informal written English, it is also possible to use the many and much rather than a lot. That means lot whenever you are using, that is the informal way of using this word. And so better we should explain like that. There are many students, much time was spent on studying. So if you are speaking or writing to friends, use a lot of, lots of. But if you want to be a formal use, you should avoid this lot or lots of. Just now, as for this second slide, you can see easily something we should know and remember about that. In affirmative sentences with so, as and to, we also use much and many. Example, Carla has so many friends. She has so many friends as you. Kelvin has too much money. And here are some summary. how we use the many and much in interrogative, negative, and affirmative sentences. Please go to the slide and we'll go for the next slide. Noun phrases. What is a noun phrase? A noun phrase is a phrase which includes a noun and a optionally modifiers. The example, like love is a beautiful feeling. Here, love is been expressed as a beautiful feeling. The feeling itself is a noun and it has been modified by beautiful. So the beautiful feeling is a noun phrase. And my house is over there. My house is a noun phrase where it is house is a noun and it has been modified by my house. It is particularly definite thing that one house it is recommending. That's why the my house is a noun phrase. And use and types of articles. I already told you what are the articles. A and the these three basically this is two types of articles are there. One is definite and another is indefinite. They combine to a noun to indicate the type of the reference being made by the noun. The definite article is be and the indefinite articles are a and an. The indefinite article a and an is been used when we don't specify the things or people we are talking about. I met a friend. Anyone from my friends will be. There is not a definite friend. So, but whenever we are explaining like I met the friend whom you met earlier, means it is defining only single friend and a single person. So, wherever we are using the, it must be a definite thing or species or person or any noun. So, note here that in sometimes, most of the time, we are using a and an. The a is being used for any word before any word that is starting with the consonant, and an is being used wherever the word is starting with a vowel. But as you all know, our alphabet has 5 vowels and all others are 21 are the consonant. But for the exceptional cases, there is a change. Like we don't say that an university, because whenever you are pronouncing the u or wa, that time we are using a instead of an. There are another slide to define this articles, and most of the time the it's been used when the speaker talks about the specific object. I already explained to you, and do not use here wherever we are explaining about a country, particular country, state, country, provinces, lakes, mountains, except when the country is a collection of states such as the United States. The United States, here why we are using the because the United States is a collection of states, but a particular state like India cannot be say like the India. And Mount Everest, this is one and only in the world, so we can only say the Mount Everest. We don't need to use we don't need to definite this. Have a nice day. Thank you. If you like this video, please share and subscribe, and I'll be highly interested to get your comments. Whatever the comments are, please give me comments, good or bad. It will help me for self development. Good night.